Shut up and sit down.
Hello friends and welcome to my channel. So if you haven't been here before, I hope you can hear the ambient noise because today I decided to sit outside, but looks like everyone decided that they were going to drive around while I'm doing this, so we're just going to try and deal with that. So today I have 5 groups to choose from, and the question we're asking today is, what's the truth that'll set you free and how will it piss you off? At the end of the day, one has to realize that the world ain't just good, man. There's balance in everything. There's good and bad. There's black and white. There's empty and full, duality basically. So without the bad, the good can't exist, and vice versa. Otherwise we would live in a completely neutral world and that would be boring as hell. That's not even the point. The point is, today we're asking, what truth will set you free, but how will it piss you off, okay? Sometimes we can't have it all, man. So today we have 5 groups to choose from. Let's jump right into it. We have group 1 as a little rubber duck. Group 2 has this very scene 2007 Hello Kitty pendant for a necklace. Group 3 has this cute little rocking horse. Group 4 has this supposed to be a black widow, maybe a brown recluse spider with a little feather on it. Maybe the feather means something. And then we have this little cute old cottage for group 5. So, when you're ready, you know what to do. You'll find your description, your timestamp in the description below. We have group 1 with the duck, group 2 with the Hello Kitty, group 3 with the rocking horse, group 4 with the spider, and group 5 with the little house. So, today we're just going to do a 2-card spread. If we need more cards, we'll pull them. I was called to just do tarot reading today without any oracle cards and all that fancy schmancy stuff. So when you're ready, choose your timestamp in the description below and let's get to your reading. See you there! Tell you, I just finished with the readings, but I need to tell you, the songs I channeled for this the songs I channeled for these piles were channeled before I read the piles, okay? So if it doesn't resonate completely with what the message was, I just channeled it before I did the reading because it just felt right, okay? So there's not much more I can say about it, and all the songs are good. So at the end of the day, yeah, just thought I'd clear that up for people who actually like to listen to the channeled songs. So anyway, enjoy your reading. Bye bye. If you chose a pile 1, this is going to be your reading with the little duck. Cool. So I just chose the pile differentiators randomly. So whether the duck will end up meaning something or not is really up to what we see in the cards. But let's see what happens. Okay, so what truth will set you free? Okay, let's see here. We have the Page of Swords. We have the Page of Swords, and to me this says the truth that will set you free is coming into your own mental power. So there seems to be a little bit of an underestimation of your own intelligence here. So maybe people are taking you, I feel like maybe people are not taking you seriously, or maybe you're not taking yourself seriously, or honestly it could be both. The swords is a suit of the mental aspect of us, which definitely tells me that there's some kind of naive air to your mind state. Sure, the Page of Swords looks quite confident, but at the end of the day, he's still a page, he's still learning, he's still on the journey of learning. So at the end of the day, this could also be that maybe you are a little bit too egoistic about your about what you know, and you need to tone it down. You know, it could go either way, but for this I really feel that there's some sort of confusion, some naivete. With the clouds here, I'm definitely sensing that there's some confusion about your own state of intelligence, your own mental state, and something I'm hearing that someone might be telling you how to think and feel. So what I'm feeling with setting yourself free with the birds here, that's pretty cool, is that you need to break free from the mold of limiting beliefs that people tell you, okay, you believe that, you believe this, you think that, you think this. People often put this blueprint on us, and then we grow up to think what we've been taught. But this is really the broader scheme of this is asking you to question what your beliefs really, like your core beliefs. This is about what your mind tells you in stressful scenarios, what your mind tells you in happy scenarios, what you like and dislike. I feel like this goes much further, and maybe even to childhood, which is why we may have the duck. Also, yellow makes, oh geez, beep beep. The solar plexus, and a lot of yellow accents here make me think of the solar plexus, which is your root of personal power. So this is definitely telling me that to break free, you need to take back your personal power and your own beliefs. If there's something that someone believes in, a family member, a father figure maybe, that you don't believe in, you don't have to, nobody can force a belief on you, you know? Some beliefs are set in fact and set by the law of this world, but other beliefs are so loosely based. What in your heart feels right to you, believe that, you know? Everyone's entitled to their own path. And with this Page of Swords, I also see you on uneven ground at this point, not knowing what to believe maybe. And this is saying that you should listen to your own mind, you should listen to yourself. And if you're starting to find yourself maybe making justifications for something or why you believe something, maybe it isn't for you, because at the end of the day, if you truly believe something, you won't need to justify it, because you know in your heart of hearts, in your mind of minds, in your soul of souls, that that is true to you. So, your first answer to this is, what will set you free? Forging your own mental path and your own mental, clarity and beliefs. Okay, we got that. So for our second card, we're going to ask, how's this, oh damn, your card just wanted to fly out, man. We're asking, how will this piss you off? Oh boy. Okay, we got the Devil. So, this is a very clear message to me. You're going to forge your own path, but there are people that are going to be holding you back because they don't believe what you believe. And sometimes you find, especially family members, friends, people you've been in contact with for a long time, been in relationships with for a long time, will find that this new sudden change and these sudden questions you ask yourself may make them uncomfortable. Because just as you may not have wanted to look at questioning your most basic values, basic beliefs, others don't want to do that and aren't willing to do that, but maybe you are, So at the end of the day, this Devil card is also telling me that if you don't start questioning these beliefs, whether you end up believing what it is you already believe makes no difference. Questioning it is a process. Whether you end up still staying with the belief that you currently hold, that's really up to you. But questioning it really is the purpose here. So this Devil card is also telling me that if you keep being chained to old beliefs that don't serve you, that's the thing, that don't serve you, it's almost like you'll be I'm seeing this very long road winding and winding and winding, and there's really no end to the road, But when you have something that's not rooted in a core belief, or something that you truly feel in your heart is something that you could agree with, or something that you believe to be true, then it's really just taking at the roots. It's not rooted, So this Devil card is really telling me, don't let the past beliefs chain you, okay? If there's something in a past belief that you still like to have in your life, sure. But the overall thing here is telling me that what'll set you free is breaking free from limiting beliefs, but what'll piss you off is having to do it in the first place. Saying this in the sense of, people might frown upon you for doing so, people might disagree with you, and that might cause some friction between your, in your social life. Maybe this could also be indicating that maybe you have been questioning for a long time whether you really want to drink alcohol at all. This is a simple example, but you get what I'm saying. Maybe you're questioning whether you want to drink alcohol at all, and this has been something you've been wondering for a while, and you decide, okay, I don't want to drink alcohol at all, and your friends start questioning this, or it seems to others, or to you maybe, that you're taking a sense of pleasure out of your life. The question is not whether the pleasure is being taken out of your life. The question is, how are you going to replace that pleasure with something that's more fulfilling than alcohol, for example, okay? So, yeah, that's what I got for you. I feel like that was actually pretty interesting, you guys. So, I hope that helped you. I hope that shed a little bit of light. You're breaking free from your mental beliefs, but it's going to piss you off a bit because you may need to change some core values and root beliefs of your life, which is never easy, but always very necessary. Because if you know truly what it is that you believe in your heart, if someone questions you about it, there are no doubts, and they can't push you in a corner, because that belief is so solid that you can answer any questions about it. And that's where Spirit really wants you to be. Spirit wants you to be in a place where anyone can ask you about any belief you have, and you're confident enough to say, oh, yeah, I thought about it. I question it. This is what I believe. And if someone doesn't agree, they want you to say, oh, I'm sorry, we don't believe the same thing, but this is what I believe and I stand by it. They want you to be confident enough to stand by the beliefs that you cultivate through really questioning the values and core root values of your life. So yeah, I also feel like in this regard, you will, I saw like this creature, the devil, flapping his wings, and this cloud of smoke disappearing, so yeah, I'm very interested to see what the other piles are, to be honest, because this was quite to the point, and I'm very grateful that it was, because these things aren't easy to hear, but sometimes you need to hear them, and you need to be brave enough to understand when they resonate and when they don't. And it's easy to say, oh, this doesn't resonate with me, I'm just going to pick another pile, or oh, this reading, blah, whatever. But at the end of the day, we all have the opportunity to question our beliefs at any point in time and see if they still resonate with us. Things that resonated with me for years on end, I questioned them and realized, oh, that actually changed, or oh, I don't really think I believe in that anymore. And we are all free to make that decision for ourselves. So, thank you very much for joining me, Pile 1. I hope this was a quick little insightful message for you. See you again soon. Bye-bye. If you chose the little Hello Kitty pendant with the diamantes on, this is going to be your reading. So, as I told group 1, I'm not sure if the pendant means something or if these charms mean anything for the groups. I chose them randomly, but like by feeling for which pendant is for which group. Whether it resonates or not wasn't really something of my concern. So if it does, it's a happy, we don't believe in coincidences, but it's a happy coincidence, Okay, so let's see. What's going to set you free? What truth will set you free? Temperance. So temperance is definitely telling me that you are not aware of the power that you hold in your own life. The truth that is going to set you free. And this is sometimes difficult for people to hear, but because they don't want to think that it's that easy, okay? I was also very, very much against believing that it's this easy. And one isn't saying that this is going to manifest instantly. There is time involved because we live in a world governed by time. But what temperance really tells us is we're the alchemists of our own lives, okay? What temperance really tells us is we are in control of our own lives at any point, and the choices we make sculpt our reality, okay? So this is really telling you, listen, dude, if you're feeling sorry for yourself, or if you're feeling like there's something you can't change, maybe all you need is a change of perspective. You need to realize that in more ways than you realize, you are in control of your own life, and you are in control of where your life goes, okay? So this is really like calling you out and saying, listen, sorry, baby, but you can't sit in a corner and feel sorry for yourself because things aren't going your way. There are things that you can do, and there are things that you can change. Maybe you can't change the entire scenario, but there are definitely things you can do to lighten the load for yourself, or at least achieve a bit more clarity on the scenario which may be upsetting you, So the truth here is that you have control over your own life, and you have more control than you may think, which is why Spirit may want to highlight this. Okay? So now we're going to see why this is going to piss you off. So it may piss you off because you're in a depreciating state, and you don't want to be told that you have control of your life, because you could feel safe there, Sometimes we feel safe in the scenarios where we don't have to do anything. We'd rather feel safe and miserable than be bold and change something, And that's something all humans struggle with. It's nothing to be ashamed of, So let's see how this is going to piss you off, my friend. Okay, so let's see how this is going to piss you off, my friend. Okay. Oh. Okay, we got the Queen of Swords in reverse. This is going to piss you off because this is really going to challenge you to transform in your life. And this is maybe something that you're not keen on doing, not keen on engaging in right now, because it may be difficult for you to see different views in the first place and different perspectives. But Spirit here is telling me with the Queen of Swords that this is going to transform your life, and resisting it will only make the situation worse. To achieve these type of results in our lives, where we have the ability to change our life, we need to be able to see opportunity without fear, okay? And it is difficult not to be fearful. If we don't know what's going to happen in the future, So fear is definitely a baseline for most humans to a certain extent. But this is really telling me that you will achieve clarity, but only if you give up resistance. You need to realize that you're the alchemist of your own life. And in the way that you have control over a lot of aspects of your life that you may not even consider having control over. And sometimes it's the small things that make life more bearable, or the small things that make life better. And this is going to piss you off because it ain't easy, you know? It ain't easy to change your life. It ain't easy to take that first bold step and say, listen, I don't want to work overtime anymore. I am tired. You know, that it takes courage to do these type of things. It takes courage to speak your truth. It takes courage to see where things in your life aren't going well. And it takes courage to change them, okay? It's not easy to change your life, and it's not going to happen in a day. But Spirit's telling you here, you have the power to be the alchemist of your own life. And this is going to piss you off because you may, even in retrospect, think of all those things you could have changed that could have made it better up to this point. But they're saying don't focus on the past. Focus on the future. Focus on what you can change. But do not hold on to what you cannot change. If something is not able to be changed by you in your life, don't even resist it. Just give it to the universe, because the universe is all intelligent and it knows what to do. But the things that you can change are where your power lies. Oh, and Spirit is saying that you have that power and you need to change this for your own happiness, okay? They're telling me bright. You're going to shine just as bright as these diamonds when you change your life for your benefit. Okay? So that's what I'm getting for you guys. A bird is also screaming out here. I don't know what type of bird it is, but that might mean something to you. A dog's also barking, so the animals are really coming through for you here. Yes, that's the message I got for you. I hope you guys resonate with it. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. I'm still learning how to articulate these things quite clearly, but yes, absolutely. I'm very excited for you because this is an opportunity to grow and transform, as the butterflies on the Queen of Swords, you know, throne and crown tells us. This is an opportunity to transform, and resisting transformation is never wise, because at any point in time you need to realize that change will always be relevant. And this has been a subject that's been very relevant in my life for the past 2 weeks. Resisting change is just going to hurt you more. Embracing change is going to bring forth so many new opportunities that you couldn't have even imagined. So know that you can change your life. Don't resist it. Be brave, be bold, be your authentic self, and go for your goals. So I'm glad to see you guys here. I hope you will join me. If you want to subscribe, you're welcome to do so. Thank you very much for joining me here. I'm very grateful, and I might see you soon. Bye bye. Lovely group 3s. You chose this little itty bitty rocking horse. And I didn't choose these pile differentiators with some kind of purpose, so maybe if it means something in your reading it does, but I didn't ask for a purpose for the charms. So yeah, just putting that out there in case you were wondering. So let's see here. What truth will set you free? The truth that will set you free is realizing that you are more than you think you are. Realizing that you are divine. You are the cosmos. You know what? You are the ocean in a drop. That's what they say about humans, you know, because we're all crafted from the cosmos. So essentially we are the ocean in a drop. And I read something last night that maybe will resonate with you. It says that while I was reading a book from Thich Nhat Hanh, and it's The Art of Living. And what he says is, once a wave rises above the ocean and breaks back into the ocean, the wave is not the ocean anymore, but it's also a wave, but it never separates from the ocean. So something about this card, even though it's the Empress, and even though it denotes some essence of power, there's a loneliness here. And because the Empress is a representation of the divine feminine to a large extent, there's an essence of loneliness here that I feel for you. Okay? So the truth that'll set you free is realizing maybe that you are lonely, and what that's bringing to mind with the first message is realizing that you are good enough to be loved, because the loneliness feels like it's stemming from someone who feels they are unworthy, you know? But the truth that'll set you free is realizing you are worthy. You are so worthy. Worthy to be loved, worthy to be friends with, worthy to be in social situations, worthy to speak your mind and your truth, okay? So the truth that'll set you free is realizing you are worthy, man. You are worthy. You don't have to be lonely because you are worthy, you know? And the right type of people will find you, okay? So how this thought, which is very interesting message, I wonder how they're going to turn this around. How will this thought piss you off? How will the thought that you are worthy of love, you are worthy of a social life, how will this thought piss you off? I think maybe in a general scheme, like I'm not going to speak for the cards, but in a general scheme, it makes me feel like someone who wasted a lot of time being lonely, you know? And then they look in the mirror one day and they're like, damn, I'm actually really cool. Why am I wasting my time sitting here alone, being lonely, when people can see this awesomeness that is me, you know? Not in an egotistical way, just kind of like in a flexing in the mirror type of way, you know? So let's see, how is this realization going to piss you off? Okay, we got the Ace of... Okay, Spirit has a way of answering these questions remarkably. So the Ace of Swords tells me that this will put you in a completely new mental trajectory of how to handle social situations in the future and how to manage the social situations that you currently have in your life. Okay, so maybe you have a lot of friends and you're not speaking to them and you feel lonely because you feel unworthy of their friendship. This is telling me, go out, make new friends and see new perspectives. This isn't to say to throw the old friendships away, but once you go into new friendships, this allows you to start fresh, you know? This allows you to start fresh and see new people's perspectives of you. And maybe you've been with the same people for so long that they know you for you since diapers almost, is the image I'm getting. And sometimes these people are very biased about us. Like, for example, a family member, a very close friend will never say something negative about you. Okay, some of them will because they're brave enough to do so. But it feels to me like you're in a place where you don't know who you can trust because they love you and they're your family or your close friends, and you don't know if they'll be bold enough to tell you, listen, okay, you've really gone downhill and I don't want to be your friend anymore. And this is the thought that's being cultivated in your head, I feel. But this is saying you are good enough. That's going to set you free. The thought of knowing you're good enough is going to set you free, but it'll piss you off because it'll firstly give you the much more opportunities, which will give you more responsibility to make decisions and move in your own life instead of just, you know, being stagnant. And often when we're sitting in that position for such a long time, we get very comfortable with that thought. And that's really what they're saying here. You might be uncomfortable moving into all these new situations or meeting new people or going into the new mental space with the swords of knowing that you're good enough and presenting that version of yourself to the world with the crown. Presenting the new you with the improved confidence of knowing for a fact that you are good enough, because each person on this planet is good enough. So, sorry guys, I got interrupted by a call from my therapist, which is interesting. Anyway, so that might be a sign for you. So, if you've been considering therapy. So, the Ace of Swords is telling me that this new mental state you're going to be in is going to give you the opportunity to take this truth and show it to new people. And this may be something that pisses you off because it's difficult to present something about yourself that you don't truly believe. And this is not asking you to believe you're the golden bloody knight or something. This is just asking you, to see you, to see you for the human you are and for the greatness that you are, the drop in the ocean in the drop, okay? This is just telling you that there's so much more to you than you're seeing, and you are a beautiful divine creation of this universe. Please believe that, okay? But this is telling you, bring that new confidence into your new social endeavors and bring that confidence into your entire life, okay? This is what I'm seeing for you. So, the truth that you're discovering, or the truth that'll set you free, is knowing that you're good enough, because this, honestly, it sounds simple, but a lot of people struggle with this truth, okay? And why it'll piss you off is because, sorry my man, but that puts the ball in your court to know. If I'm good enough, I can't just sit here and cry in a corner. I have to go out there and find what I'm looking for. I have to go out here and find a reason to not be lonely anymore, you know? It puts you on a journey, and that may piss you off because it asks you to go out of your comfort zone, okay? But I definitely see a lot of progression, you know. Progression comes from movement. And it seems that there may have been a lot of inaction, but I can't say for sure, of course, because we only have a 2-card spread here. But there we go, okay? This is what I'm seeing for you. This rocking horse is also making me think of fun. And can it actually rock? Oh, it can a little. Anyway, I needed to know that. So the point is, yeah, that's what I'm getting for you. The dogs are going crazy again, so maybe that's still for you, because I think that happened in your pile or pile 2 or 3. I can't remember. Wow. You're pile 3, right? That's right. Okay, that's what I'm getting for you. I hope you guys resonated with this short little message, and I'm grateful that you joined me here. I hope to see you again. Bye bye. Hello, pile 4, sorry. You got the spider, you chose the spider, okay? Well, I didn't ask for any meanings behind these today. I need to light my incense again. I didn't ask for any meanings behind the little charms today. So if the spider resonates with you at some point, or if it resonates with the message that we're going to be talking about, that's like, you know, that is, it's A for away, man. Okay, so just gonna get a little bit of incense up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay, we're done with that. Okay, so let's see what truth will set you free. Justice. The truth that will set you free is knowing that the universe delivers, okay? What I'm seeing here is definitely someone that maybe felt unsafe previously, and they're still worried about that feeling of safety. And this is something that came from an outside party, and this unnerved you, this what do you call it, this shook you. You were like shaken, my dude. You were shaken by this experience. Maybe someone betrayed you, maybe someone broke your heart, maybe someone said things to you that you can't conceive another human would ever say to another person. Not the point. The point is you went through some traumatic situation, maybe not even traumatic, maybe it didn't even have to be so heavy, but sometimes even the smallest things sit heavy on one's heart. So this is telling me that what will set you free is knowing that justice will take its course in the natural flow of life. Okay, part of me feels like I need to warn you against taking revenge, but that's not my, that's not my responsibility. Revenge is, look, if we're looking at this card, right, we're seeing a sword, which is the mental suit, and we're seeing the scales. Balancing the scales is what the universe does. The sword is your responsibility. The sword is your responsibility. This means that you have to consciously think of what's happening in your life, okay? But the scales aren't your responsibility. The scales are the responsibility of the universe. The universe balances the scales, not you. So knowing that you don't have to take revenge, you don't have to sit there and, think of how justice might be served. Sure, it may feel good in the moment, but that just really brings a lot of bad juju into you, because you have time to think about a bunch of positive things, but you're sitting here thinking of how revenge could be best served. And sure, okay, the thought of revenge is sometimes very calming, but at the end of the day, this is saying don't take it into your own hands. What'll set you free is knowing that this is not something you have to do. Take this responsibility off your shoulders, because spirit is the one that balances the scales. Okay? And with this little white shoe sticking out there, it's kind of making me feel like you may not have a lot of faith in this, but trust. Okay? Spirit always comes through for us. The universe always comes through for us. Trust that the universe will balance the scales. Alright? Maybe not the way you wanted it to, but the way in its higher knowledge it knows it must. Okay? So, you're going to be set free by knowing that the universe will balance the scales. It's not your responsibility. So we're going to see how will this piss you off, man. Okay, well, that one wanted to come out the world. Okay, so you've got the world card. And I think, let's see here. I'm getting a message with the spider and the world. And I'm seeing with the circle here a web with the spider interweaved. So I feel like this will piss you off because you want the revenge you want. You want the outcome you want. Okay, if someone told you were crap at singing, you want to be in a stage in front of them, singing your heart out and everyone applauding to you and them seeing how fucking fantastic you are. That's the justice that you want. And it's going to piss you off. It's going to piss you off that you can't have what you want. It's going to piss you off that you can't have this perfect scenario where they'll see how fucking great you are. Okay? But I need to tell you two things. Okay? Firstly, that's just an extra responsibility you need to worry about. Go practice your singing instead of worrying about revenge. Okay? That's the first message I'm getting. Secondly, the second message I'm getting is it's not our job to craft revenge, and it really doesn't, it's not going to sit well with you. Okay? And at the end of the day, sure, it's going to boost your ego for like 5 minutes, but it really isn't cultivating any type of positive change in you. Because when something pushes you up against the wall, someone's mean comments, something you, someone said about you that you didn't agree with, just any type of mean actions or disbelief in your ability to do anything, this gives us the opportunity to prove someone wrong. But giving us the opportunity to prove someone wrong and giving us the opportunity to take revenge on them for what they said is a completely different thing, okay? So it may piss you off that you can't take revenge, but you have to realize within that feeling of resentment for not being able to take the revenge yourself is a much more beautiful gem, and it's the opportunity to prove them wrong, and along with that, to push yourself forward in the trajectory that you want to go, okay? So I feel like that was probably the most powerful message of all the groups. Don't tell the other groups. But yeah, so it's going to set you free to know you don't have to take responsibility to even out the scales in every aspect of your life where someone may have said something rude or traumatic to you or any type of negative experience, and it'll piss you off because you want specific revenge, okay? But the universe is saying, trust in us. We are the goddamn universe, okay? We know what to do. We're spirit. We know what to do. Trust that we will balance the scales, okay? Don't be pissed off that someone else is balancing the scales for you. Be grateful, because that time you would have wasted on revenge, you get to spend on an opportunity to grow. Isn't that freaking brilliant? So yeah, that's your message. I'm so grateful you joined me here. I hope you'll join me again. Thank you very much for being here. Bye bye. Pile 5, you are the last group, so you chose the little house here. I didn't ask for any meanings behind the charms. I chose them randomly, so if they end up meaning something, that's cool. If they don't, that's unfortunate, but you know, it's about the message in the cards really in this reading, because that's what I asked for. Okay, so we're just gonna, my bad guys. I don't know why I've spoken that weird ass voice. Okay, just feel like I need some incense. Okay, cool bananas. Okay, here we have some incense for your group. So first we're gonna see, people, we're gonna see what's gonna set you free. What is gonna set you free, okay? And we have the Wheel of Fortune, okay? So with the Wheel of Fortune, I'm definitely, just excuse the motorbike, I'm sorry. Making me think of the chariot. Anyway, okay, so with the Wheel of Fortune, I'm definitely feeling a little bit of chaos. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I think it's just because of all the creatures and stuff. I'm focusing on all of them. But in the Wheel of Fortune, the basic idea I'm getting here of the truth that'll set you free is that the world goes on, man. The world goes on, okay? And the Wheel of Fortune really tells me that the world's been spinning since the beginning, you know, and it'll keep spinning. Once you're gone, while you're still here, the world will keep spinning. So this is really telling me that the trajectory of the world isn't changing, and this is something that will free you, okay? I feel like sometimes you may be stuck in moments or stuck in scenarios where you feel like the world is just a stagnant, static place that's not moving. Or maybe you feel like everything's moving around you and you're standing still. And that may not be the best place for you to be, okay? I'm feeling that you have a lot of guys coming in for you because of the Wheel of Fortune. I don't know, it's just, I'm not getting specific cards, but I have that feeling, you know? So they're saying that the world is definitely moving on. The world keeps circling, you know. It's a constant cycle, 365, all the year, all day, 24/7. The world will keep cycling until one day we all reach to, you know, unity consciousness and it's not necessary anymore. But until that time, which is not going to be soon, the world will keep on going. And this is something that you need to hear, okay? I can't say for sure why you need to hear it. It ain't a message for me, but that is what you need to hear. You need to hear the world goes on. Maybe there's something you're fixating on that's really weighing heavily on your heart, but this is what it's telling me. The world goes on. That's your message. The message that's going to set you free is the world keeps turning, the world goes on. Okay, then we are, 2 cards fell out, but 1 fell face up. So I'm going to take the one that fell face up. I'm not going to take the one that fell face down. Oh, sorry if you can hear my mic scratching. Okay. Put your face down card back, and your face up card was death. So how this will piss you off, how this truth of knowing that the world goes on will piss you off, oof, I'm so sorry, is knowing that you gotta move with it, man. There has been this air of resistance in all the groups, and I'm feeling it, man. I'm feeling this air of resistance because at the end of the day, if the world goes on, you gotta go on with it, you know? You can't just not transform, you can't just not change with the world. Because the world's going to keep changing. If you stay in the same place, you're going to fall behind. you know. And even if the world stays in the same place all the time, the planet's just a beautiful jewel floating in the space, it stays in the same place all the time. That's not the point. The point is the world and the people in it, the activity and the life on the world keeps changing, you know. And you're going to have to change with it, or you're going to fall behind. And it's going to piss you off, because change takes effort, man. Change takes effort, change takes bravery, change takes transformation. And transformation is one of the most beautiful but most scary things humans can do on this planet, you know. It's scary to transform. It's scary to change our beliefs and to change with the world, especially if the world is, like, I'm the type of person who really doesn't like where the world is currently, not politically or anything. I'm talking about technology and stuff like that. I don't like technology, don't resonate with it, makes me uncomfortable, I don't understand it. So I really wish the world was like in the 50s upwards to the 70s, but I mean, I can't force that back into life, you know. I have to, you know, deal with the fact that the world is where it is, and it kind of pisses me off, but I can't go back in time, you know. And this is kind of the message that I feel you're getting here, okay? And with this little house, I just heard, you are home. You are home. And this is telling me that in a world full of changes, you are the constant, okay? Make yourself the constant. Have core beliefs and values that never change. Like, core beliefs and values that never change are things like integrity, generosity, unconditional love, which I don't think humans can really give, but on such as examples. This is telling me that your home is you. The world will change around you and you will change with it, but the core of who you are will not change, and that is your home. That is what you go back to when things get chaotic. Go back into yourself, take a breath, and just remember your core values and know that core self is still there. The core self that's been there since you were in diapers up until the point where you are now. That core self remains, okay? Your values always remain. Nobody can take that away from you. So even if the world is chaotically changing around you, you're still you, and that much you need to know, and that much you need to focus on when you feel overwhelmed or you feel like the world's moving too fast. But this is also telling you it's going to piss you off, because you know you're going to have to change. You know you're going to have to accept some things about this world that maybe doesn't sit right with you, but it's just the fact of the matter, okay, my friend? I'm sorry to tell you, but the fact of the matter is this world's going to keep spinning, this world's going to keep changing, and you're going to have to change in some aspects with it, okay? You're going to have to accept the lingo, you're going to have to accept the technology, you're going to have to accept where style is going, which is something that also just... Anyway, let's not talk about that even. The point is, what's going to set you free is knowing that the world will always keep spinning, okay? Because I feel like you have this, I'm the same way, these idealistic hopes that maybe one day this ridiculously idealistic thing will happen, and I know in my heart it won't, you know, and I just need someone to tell me, listen, Amine, you're not going to open your front door one day to a random knock and Johnny Depp's going to stand there. It's just not going to happen, all right? And as soon as I appreciate that, I can start moving on, you know. It's a ridiculous example, but this is what this is saying. You can't force the world to be what you want it to be, but you can change with it to make yourself more comfortable, okay? It's going to piss you off because you don't want it to be this way. You want it to be the way you want it to be, because that's going to be your ultimate comfort zone. And then the whole world will be comfortable for you to be in, because you resonate with it. Okay, but it's not possible. We can't change the whole world for ourselves. If I could change the whole world for myself, we'd have freaking world peace, man. It would be the most boring planet ever, but everyone would be peaceful, no one would be fighting, and that would be my heaven, okay? But it can't happen, and it won't happen, okay? So all I can do really is try to bring peace into my life as clearly as possible, in the people around me and in myself, and that is how I'm going to change my life, because my little corner of heaven is my home. My little corner of heaven is myself, and that you can change. That you can change. Okay, so that's the message I have for you guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. I really like the message that came through for you. It came through very strongly, and I feel very excited about the message you got, guys. I'm very happy for you, and I feel like this is something that can definitely be taken action upon, which is the most important part of any reading, because the guidance is really what you come here for. So anyway, I'm very glad that you guys joined me here. I'm happy to have had your presence, and thank you for being here. I hope you join me again. Bye bye, guys.